Well, it was fantastic. I mean, working with Mauro makes the color commentary job extremely easy because he's just so good and so knowledgeable, and yeah, so that part was really good. And yeah, I mean, Mauro is, besides one of my very close friends, he's also my client, so we manage his brand and his business as well. And so we saw him through the WWE thing, and I mean, at the end of the day, it was really just, Mauro is very special and very specialized and extremely talented. And, he needs the right platform to shine and to do him, to be himself, much like a fighter. You kind of get out of the way, you let him do his thing. And that it wasn't working for him at WWE. So, he decided to move on and, do more and different stuff. But, I mean, his desire is to call every combat sport and to really, secure a legacy of being that guy that can do everything. And currently he's the only guy that can do everything and is doing everything. And I think, just the highest level of talent it's just amazing when you get him on the microphone.
He's one of the most special guys that when you get him behind the microphone, you know something big's happening. He gives that almost like the Howard Cosell feel, that big fight feel whenever he's behind the microphone. And obviously a lot of his issues are very well documented, and he is an absolute advocate for those who don't have a voice, who share the same problems that he does. And he's done such an amazing job in getting over a lot of humps. But what do you kind of think that culture that he's leaving from the WWE? Obviously, there's a lot that's been said. There's books that have come out recently, almost too coincidentally at the same time. But what do you think about that culture that he was leaving and getting back to something more positive, like behind the microphone and doing what he does best, and that's calling MMA and mixed martial arts fights?
Yeah, well, I think that I don't know if it's so much culture. It's just different folks. Mauro's super intense, super focused. To him the show is the most important thing, and that doesn't have the same value, over there as in other companies. They're more interested in other messages, other things, other brands, products, or whatever. So it's really just different people, But I think I love what WWE does, both in storytelling and messaging, and how they impact, the world with their product. I don't see Mauro's straying far from wrestling itself, because it really is how he got started. It's his first love. So with that said, I mean, it goes for every work environment. You want to be respected. You want to be treated well. You want to be acknowledged, and you want to shine at what you do. And the machine over there is not built for that. The machine is built differently. So it's just wrong mechanic, wrong machine. But my job is to take care of him, help him fulfill his dreams, and help guide him through the journey. And it didn't fit, so I moved on.
And, a lot of wrestling fans, if they don't, recognize you from the amazing things you've done in your own professional career, they might remember you from ringside WrestleMania 25 in the middle of the Mickey Rourke, Chris Jericho, and the Legend fiasco that was WrestleMania 25. But also, John and I were kind of joking about it as we were preparing. The one thing that everybody kind of had the nod to is that Chris Jericho might have been worried that Frank Shamrock was going to whoop his ass if he got out of line. I think everybody was kind of either hoping for something to happen or what, but always cool to look back at WrestleMania 25 and see you sitting there ringside with Mickey Rourke.
Oh, yeah, that's my first WrestleMania, too, and to go in like it's Mickey's strong man. He's like, listen, if anybody tries anything, I want you to start knocking people out. I'm like, okay, Mickey, thank you. And I think we're going to a wrestling show, but I'm down. So, yeah, he's such a dear friend of mine, and it was a really important moment to him. So I was happy to be there. Plus, it was my first WrestleMania, so it's just, what an experience, front row, having the whole thing, flying in, Vince's jet, and just doing the, Hollywood experience mixed with WrestleMania. It was pretty special.
Oh, that was so cool. And that was one of the, the key factors of that WrestleMania was the wrestler coming out, dominating how it did at the box office. Obviously, when a wrestling movie is in the discussion for an Academy Award, I mean, that's just absolutely unbelievable. But I want to take one step back to Mauro and kind of tie it into your announcing. How does he make you better as an announcer? Because obviously you guys and your chemistry is off the charts, but how does Mauro, and being such a great play-by-play guy help you as a great color guy?
Well, it's the same as in acting. It's the same as in, sparring. When you have somebody who is, equal or better than you and really knows how to move the ball around or knows how to move the emotion of the subject or whatever, it forces you to be on your toes. It forces you to perform, at your highest. This is what the great actors talk about when they work with each other is, there's this energy that, it's so good, you have to be the best. And Mauro brings that that's why people love Mauro. He's there 1,000% all in every single time until he's falling over dead. And, that type of energy you have to keep up with or he'll consume you. So it just pushes you to be your best. And he's so knowledgeable. He's so good. He's so witty and fun. And if you can't work with Mauro and be amazing, then you got no business, in that game at all.